So you already see in the classroom. So today's homework there is like 6 points since I think it's super easy, like easier than the last week, and there's 3Ps. So if you see in the rubric, there is a 3% for making it and 3% to making it nice. So again, if you making 3 pieces of it, you got 3 points, and if 3 pieces of it like doesn't have any like end gone and stuff, then you got another 3 points. Okay, very simple. So and if you're doing it in Blender, just like using the booleans and then doing connect the topology to fix them, then that's got. Okay, so let's get started. So there is 3Ps like the homework today, and this one is using the boolean, the combine as well. This one also the boolean and combine, but like with the different size, so the topology will not be like completely matched. You need to use the multi-cuts to fix it a little bit and adding more subdivisions to it in order to get like a smooth surface. And this one, the shape will be different. So this one, if you familiar with like kind of sci-fi stuff, you might kind of like get where it is supposed to be, like this one where you got like a pattern on like maybe a weapons, right? These like booleans, you will see them a lot, so I think this one will be benefit you for doing this. So and even like this as an assignment, it's just like the cylinder, but it again, if you're doing the sphere, for example, it would be something similar to this one as well. You know, like just the result once you doing the boolean will be different, but yeah, it will be similar. So let's start with the first one. So I will move this to the side. This one, it's let me show. Sorry, there's people sending. Okay, so we'll start with the cylinder, which this time the first one I will use 16. The reasons I will either use 8 or 16 because like you know that it's like the smooth versions of 8 will be 16s, right? So that's why I use 16 or 8. So this one I use 16 because like I want not that like low resolutions, I want this a little bit higher, so I use 16 and then scale it up a little bit. And what I'll do next is I duplicate it once, right? Control D to duplicate and press E to switch to rotate gizmo, right? And then hold J again if you forget how to doing snap, and then rotate it. And then I will scale it in a little bit like this. And after that, press E again to go to the rotate gizmo, right? And control D and rotate it. I've already got this. Then after you got this one, what you need to do is just boolean them together. I will use boolean and union. This one. And you can check this if you press 3. You can see that there is a lot of vertex that is not merged yet. It's still separate. So what we want to do next is we want to merge these vertices together, then go to Okay, right click right on, hover your mouse over the object and then right click, hold it, and then go to vertex. I will just like drag the selections to cover every vertex on my object, because like there is nothing like too close with each other that I don't want it to like be merged. Like for example, if like your object have these line, cannot be merged, then in that case I might don't want to like drag the selections rectangle to cover everything. But in this case, like every dot, every vertices on my object, there is like a certain distance between them. So I think if I want to merge everything, just dragging these selections over everything will be like save me a lot of time, instead than like just try to do this and this. So just do it. And to merge, again, recap from last week, right? You can go to these merge. I will use this one, merge vertices. Yeah. So shift and right click and then go to merge and merge vertices. And then I release it, and you can see that right now this one is like the starting point, right? First we got this one very disoriented, right? And then we increase the thresholds here and everything is connect. And okay. So after I got the result that's similar to this, done. So everything is merged now. And what I want you to do next is I want you to know how to bevel the boolean age. So you can see that the result here, this is what I use the bevel to create, which is won't be pretty if you didn't boolean and like merge the vertices, right? So this one will be the one that proves that you already got the good topology if you boolean, if you're doing the bevel and it's not like destroy your model. So what I will do is I will select the line, this line between our intersections here, sections here. So just like the line at the base of the cylinder, all of them, like this one, zoom in it for you. So again, after you merge every vertex together, right, what you want to do next is we want you to bevel them, because if you can have like these nice bevel edge, that means that you boolean it right and you got the topology right. So which you won't got the results if like you didn't merge the vertices and you didn't like boolean it the right way. So that's why I want you guys to try bevel it, even like this one is not like the bevel weak. Okay, so you boolean in, merge, and then click all the line at the base of the cylinder that is like already got connect to the main one. This one. Okay. And after you got everything selected, then again you can bevel it in these components here right? And then maybe 2 segments is okay. You can adjust these fractions as you want, or something slightly similar to this. And if some of you wondering like what is this chamfer means, you can like slide to see the difference here, but I will leave it on. And after you got it, and see that right now it's got this nice smooth edge of the object that is like a uniform shape, and the rest is like, since this one's still 3D like stretch because like we don't have any edges to cover them, so let's bevel this circle around the lid as well. So I select like 5 edges right now, like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the one on the top, and I bevel them too. Oh, and the one on the middle as well, sorry. Segment right, maybe 2. Yes. So it's the first one that I want you. If you already got this, then you got like 1 out of 3 done already. Pretty easy, right? This week. And sometimes if like your object kind of like very long, maybe like these align will be stretching too far, and then you start to creating like kind of a crease, then in that case you might create like add some line here. But in this case we don't have it though, but like because it doesn't like that long. But if it has, then maybe because like your model like kind of like stretching too far, then in that case you can add a multi-cut, like 1 line, and then you create all of them, right? And then doing the scale to make it like a straight line. For example, this one I want it to become like completely flat, right? So I switch to the scale gizmo, right? I press R to switch to the scale gizmo, and then I want it to be a straight line on like horizontal way. So what I do is like I scale it in the vertical ways, and then once it's like everything is like at the same level, I cannot scale further. That's why I got the straight line here. So we look even better like comparing to this one. Let's see. So this one I add more line here, and this one, right? So yeah, and if you like kind of like feeling fancy, you want to, if like sometime you need to create a prop and you need to create that fire station thing, like the fire hydrant, then this one would be similar, right? So right now you know how to create like 1 models already. So you can be apply with a lot of objects here. But again, you don't have to like doing these extrusion though, like just these main. So this is the first one, right? So recap real quick. If I started with create the cylinder, right? Cylinder, this one I use the 16, which what will happen if you like didn't plan beforehand and then you use the different cylinder, the line won't be matched, right? And it would be this easy. You have to like match the line later on once you doing the boolean operations. But if you already plan it, okay, I will use 16 and 16s, and when I rotate them it will be completely connect and I don't have to do anything. So let's rotate them, duplicate again and rotate them. Then I use boolean and unions. Okay, and after you got the boolean, you select every vertex in your object and then merge them, and set the threshold very low. That's how like you don't got other vertices merged to your dots as well. And then after everything is connected, this is the first state, and then I connect, doing the merging so everything is connect like this. Okay. After it's done, then this one is the result first, right? And you can see that the edge doesn't look really realistic, I would say. Like if you look at the object like a pipe, the line where they connect, if like it's a uniform plastic, it's supposed to have like some area that is like showing the connections here. So that's why we doing the bowels here. So select every edges of the cylinder that right now is connect to this cylinder, and then bevel it. So I use segment around 2 and then fractions around 0.1, and that's what I got here. And the rest is like bells everything. So this is the first one. Okay, let's go to the side. And the second one is the one that the scale doesn't match right now. So what if you're doing like something like this, for example, and it's not matched, right? To be fair, I can use this one. It will be the same. Use 8 and 8. Okay, so right now, if you need to create something that is like the main one is like bigger and this one is smaller. In this case, when you boolean them, it won't like the line won't match like before, right? And you need to adjust some of the topology, adding more like edge loop to in order that you can connect them. And this one, since it's bigger, I use like more resolutions, right? I use 16, for example. This one, the main one, I still use 16, but the one that is like the one that used for boolean, I use 8. Even I use Sophia, I will use 8 as well to plan beforehand, and it's like maybe easier to connect, because like if this one is 16, right, there will be 8 edges on this side. That means there is enough edges to connect with our object, this one, which is has like 8 side. If it's like 16 and 16, for example, it won't be enough for this one, right? And then so the topology is like even the scale doesn't match, or like the resolution doesn't match, then you're trying to like reduce your work as much as possible to make it like close as close as you can. So this one, number doesn't have to be like exact this one, but I would suggest that for the one that it like get inserted trying to make the number that be something like not the odd number, I would say, like, because like then if it's odd number, then that means like you have the triangle for sure, right? Because it doesn't match with the quad. So so avoiding using like the anything that's like odd number, and then again, like, it would be even better if you use something that can divide by 4, like, okay. Sorry. Okay, and then now you got this one, right? I can show you both. This one, you can use any object of your choice, even sphere, or this one. I can use sphere. I think it's really the sphere is 8 as well. If it's sphere, then when you already, if you're doing the sphere and you use the different, sometimes you need to do it with the edge inside as well, because it's a sphere that has a depth, right? But this one that they don't have any subdivisions on the side view here, so okay, you can use this one. So first, after I got this geometry, I will try to match it with the line that I already have, even it's not completely perfect. So, like, when you're doing the model, what you need to like relies on and depending on would be like the image planes, right? So you can't really like, okay, this one doesn't match, so I will scale it up a little bit. You can't really do that. So what you can do is like making it like as close as possible, but if it's not matched, like still there has a gap here and gap here, you can't really do much about it. You need to fix it later, right? So this one is like as close as I can, and then okay, I will do like difference here. But before I do that, right, I will try to add this one first. Why? Because like if you already do the boolean, right, either it's like unions or difference, this one you can do whatever, just, and right now if I want to add the subdivisions on the main cylinder, I need to do it multiple times, right? Because like this one is already become an n-gon. That's why like my age loop doesn't complete anymore, right? This one is n-gon. There is more than 4 sides. That's why when I hover my mouse over this line and use the control, the multi-cut can cut the whole age loop for me no longer. So that's why you're supposed to cut these edges before you're doing the booleans or anything. So I will add 2 lines, one on the top and one from the bottom of everything. This one, these 2, and another line from in the middle, another one. So right now it's 3 already, right? The first one here, the second one, the third one here, and there is other 2. So this one and this one. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in total for this one. I think it should cap the screenshot for you. Is this a speed run? Oh, can you please recap the step? Please create a boolean, and oh, I didn't see the. Okay, I will open the Discord in my mobile phone so I can see it right now. Yeah, I didn't like the new PC doesn't have the slot for the external screen. I didn't like buy the adapter for them yet. That's why I already have the single screen this time. Okay, so this right now I should be able to see the message while I teaching because I opened it in my mobile. Sorry for you. Okay, are you good now? Because like I just saw your message. Sorry, I uninstalled my already. No. Okay. Are you? I have problem with one age. Okay. Which one? This one. You're talking about the first one, right? Oh. Okay. The one that should be scale. Okay. This one. This one, right? Okay. Can you share the screen? I will like switch to your. Okay, let's see your right now. Oh, you need to add one more first before you scale. That one is not the one. Right. Yeah, you use the multi-cut, right? And then hold control. Oh, you can be. Okay, let's see. Can you shift and right click and then shift to see like the vertex, yeah. And then scroll out. Is there any vertices in here? Oh, can you press 3? Then I think I kind of know. No one in the middle as well. Oh, I think yeah, that one. So I think you need to merge all the vertex again. Can select, yeah, shift and right click and then vertex, yeah, vertex, and then I think you can drag over like everything, cover all your model. Yes. Yeah, and then merge them again. Yeah, merge vertex. See, yeah, that one. And then sliding that one a little bit more. Oh, too much. Like come back a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Can you? There's like. Can you like press 1 to switch back to the normal view? Okay. Oh, yeah, I think this one is too much. So you need to go back. Like, yeah, too. Okay. Oh, yeah. I think this one is. Okay, so it's not 16, right? That's why it doesn't match. Okay, I think I know now. In this case, you might need to.
Yeah, I'll make another one. I thought I probably didn't save the 16 when I choose it. I will make another one.
That's why it doesn't match. But I think it can be fixed too. But I think create a new one would be easier. You can fix this by like creating the lines on the top lid, right, and then connect them to the midpoint. Like from that vertex to the top, yeah, you can like use the multi-cut to like cut them. But yeah, I think the create the new one would be easier than cutting all of them. Object mode, yes. Okay. Okay, so again, if anybody is still doing it, sorry, okay. So again, I use 16. And then this one, and this 16, in your case, right, if you already created, let's do it some demo for you. If it's happened again, and if if your model like they have like too much detail that you don't want to redo the whole thing, if it's not like this simple, then what you can do about it is like, yeah, this one would be have like this in the middle, right? Okay, see it now. Okay, and doing the boolean, sure. Okay, what you can do about this is, I think you need to like adding this one like this, but you need to like do like 4 times, 8 times, not like. And after that, you got this one already. And after you got that one, you scale him like this. But yeah, if you do that one on the top, right, you need to do this one too. So I think create the new one would be better. But yeah, you can, if like for example, you already add a lot of detail on this side, and like there's like some like ornate craft edges around this one, and you don't want to redoing it, connect it like this will help you as well. So again, in case any people still doing it, go 16. If you're doing 8, I think 8 would be 5 as well. Like 8. But I think 8 would be like pretty low probably for this one. It won't like, it will lose some curve along their way, and like so 8, 16. So, and duplicate it and rotate them like this, and doesn't matter about the ratio and stuff. You can make it like longer, shorter. Doesn't affect our here. Sure. And after you got like something like this, you union them. Union. And after union, you select all the vertices, right click vertices, right, and then cover everything, shift and right click again to merge them. So merge vertices. I think just slide a bit would be fine already, because like our vertices is supposed to like completely overlapping, because like the scale is the same. So after you got everything connect, then doing the bevel in the middle. select this one too. Right. Then we use like something around 2. Yeah, 2 would be good. And fractions around this one. Then we're done. The first one, right? And this is second one. The second one, can you show what the Blender version? For the Blender, I think you need to after you bevel them, boolean, then you just bevel. But let me show like for these all of them first, then go to. But I don't think it's supposed to have like more than that, like more than just bevel in the middle. Or do you have like any one? Because like you can do the boolean, right? Then it's supposed to. But yeah, again, the class will be like more focusing on this one. I'm sorry, like yeah. So yeah, in the lab time I will go to you, but for this one, need to. Okay, and the second one is the one that like this one is bigger and this one is smaller. This one is 16, this one is 8. Again, number can be different, but I would say like trying to make things like okay 16, 8 and so the line will be, I think that this one will be like closest we can get now. And then I add like 5 age group here. Let's go back to here. So I add 5 of them, right? First one on the top here, and the second one, this one, and another pair for this 2, and the last one in the middle. So 5 of them. Doesn't have to be like perfectly fit this one, just like close enough is okay. Something like this. Okay, so again 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I add 5 edge loop here. And after I add 5 of them, I will still use a union. I think unions kind of like, they can tell pretty well like whether you got the boolean right or not. Like I use the union because like if you doesn't like connect the age loop right, then it will tell like pretty obvious in the union. But just so you know, if you do the different, then this is the result you will get. So if you want to create like some object that look like this, keep the difference in mind, like the different operations, that you can get it from the different as well. But in this one I want to use a union because like if you like doesn't got the topology right, then it will become like pretty disordered. And after you got everything again, go to right click, hover your mouse over the object, and then if you kind of like more familiar with using the modeling toolkits, then you go to this second icon here, right? The second icon. Drag over everything and then merge them. So if you merge it, if it's like too much, then this one got merged as well. But like some of them might be already close to it. So I would say just like slide a bit. But if like it's pretty close and then you feel like your object is like kind of like distorted, and then you don't have to do the merge as well. In this case you can use these target well instead. So it depends on the scaling, this one. So but either way, if it's like too close, you cannot like, if every side of it is like too close, and if you like add some just a little like threshold and then everything like starting to get merged together, then you can use this target well instead and doesn't use the merge vertices at all. It depends on the scaling in this state. But either way, if you use the merge or you use target well, the result should be something similar. So okay, so I grab the target well instead in case like I cannot use like my merge vertice like at all. And again, I will use the merge to track it. Then this one, and this one is what I told Blender user, that you can use the merge vertice, the auto merging. So you click on your vertice and then you move there. If there, that's, you can use it. So this one, and this one there, this one there, this one there. So in this one I will like, since on the main cylinder side there's a lot of like vertex to be connect, right? So I will use the one that like got extended here as a target, and then this one. So the shape of this like cylinder won't change. What will change is like this one will change slightly a little bit. Then let's just zoom in pretty close. I already got this one, then you just bevel them, right? So and it's like, if it's too sharp, then you, after you got everything done, you can smooth again. Okay, so I will redo it again. This one. So this one is for like when you want to create the object that's like have these boolean, but it's not, the scale doesn't like completely fit. It's one is smaller, one is bigger. Then okay, this one is 16, this one is 8, and then what I do is I try to match them as close as I can. Also regarding the scale as well, but this one, since we don't have the like exact image plane that we need to follow, and just like, so I'm doing it as close as I can, and then I add these edge loop, 5 of them, 1 2 3 4 5. So you can see that actually it's kind of like a cube cover this area, right? And that's his like logic. Like if we want this one to connect with this one, what we do is like we trying to make one of them need to have some like distortion, one of them needs to like change, the surface need to be like tilts a little bit to connect with the other one. So we're trying to limit the area that will get like distorted, for example. And this one, we know that this edge we need to move to connect this one. So like if we try, the reason I like adding this one is because like if we don't add this one, right, and then we move this one to this, from all this line from the top till this one will get dragged to that point. And if the area is like too big, it will start to be noticeable for the geometry that got like distorted, and then drag it to connect to the target. That's why, so we need to, what I'm trying to do is like trying to limit the area of where it's will get like dragged to the target and merge together. So you can see that right now it's kind of like having these, this is all the area that will affect by this boolean, and the rest will be completely like clean surface. It will not change or anything, right? So I add 1 2 3 4 5, and after I got everything, I union them again. And after I union, this one is up to your situations, but since mine right here, there is something that is like close to each other, and something is some vertex that's still like a little bit far, which I don't want to use the merge vertices, because like if I set the ratio too far, then maybe it's drag this one to this one, maybe this one to this one, right? So I think I used target well, and it's like give me more flexibilities, and like okay, maybe I need to do something like more manually, but still like it saved me more time to then, rather than like sliding the parameter and like, okay, is this one safe but this one or not, like. So it's up to your work way you want, like it depends on your methods and which one that you're comfortable with. Some people, if like you like kind of like remember the number pretty well, and you like, okay, if this like the gap like this, if I put in this number, it will be perfectly like connect, and it won't, and these two won't like get merged together, then you can use the merge vertices. It will be perfect for you. Okay, second row. This one I use bracket well, and then I connect them like this. Again to check. And you can see that these edges is get dragged to there, right? And that's why I this is the pro that we have this line here. If we don't have it, then these lines from the starting point, this one to that one, they will all like got like manipulated, right, and then like rotated to that point. So that's why. Oops. Again, if you use these like track it well, try clicking on the dot, the vertex first before you dragging it, unless if it is already select like the whole edge loop, then it will drag every vertices that you selected to that point, and what will happen will be the thing that you just saw, and there and there and there. So got it, this one, and after that what we do is we will doing the boolean. So, okay. We segment around 2 and then up and then close this one to see the result. It's pretty great. Then let's smooth it. Right, it's neat. Yeah, then this is the second one. So first one, the one that like the scale is perfectly matched, right? You don't have to add any edge loop to match them there. Everything is like perfectly connect. Just like you need to merge the vertex a little bit and everything will connect. And this one is like the one that is like smaller than the rest. So something there. The last one, it's a situation that you want to punch a hole in the object. Okay, so I use this shape because like I think it's appear a lot in like sci-fi genre. So in order to create this, I use the cylinder in like this one is 8, and then I kind of like detach them from each other. I select these edge loop here from 1 to, and you can like, if you have an idea how to create it in the different way, then you can do it. And what I did is like I click this, right, and then I shift and right click, and then I go to detach components. I release my mouse and I separate them, and right now I got this one separated. Again, slowly I select this edge loop, right, from whole edge loop here, right, and I shift and right click detach component. So right now it's detached from each other, and supposed to there, and then I bridge them again, bridge them together to get these shape here. And then I duplicate them 2 times to get like 3 of them. And then this one, you can use the plane, you can use the box, either will be fine. And this one I use the plane to create them. So if you got something like this and you need to like punch a hole here, what do you do? Like what I do is like I will try to match them again. So first thing I did is like, okay, if I already got this one, I will like, okay, at least they has to like have this line in the middle here. And then there should supposed to be like some line in the middle as well. And to have those lines, you can have like by increase it in the subdivision, so you can use the multi-cuts to cut in the middle. It's up to you. So I use multi-cut right here, right? So again, this one doesn't matter. You can have like one. The point is you just like have these, the hole that have this shape on the surface. It can be a box, it can be a plane, any. So this one, right? It can be just like this, then this done for me. So any that you get, anything you can find. The reason I didn't like boolean them yet, because like again, if you already booleaned and these, if you already boolean, it will be harder to cut the line that like even. So like, that's why I try to boolean last. And again, one on the top and one on the bottom, right? Trying to limit the area that will affect by we trying to match them. Oh. And then I try to make the line on the vertical right here. Something like this. Something like this. This as well. Again, this line doesn't have to be like perfectly like on the same, because like even like no matter what we do, like we will like drag them to these as well. So if these like the object that you use to boolean, they're like duplicating of each other, then I think you're supposed to be fine. I got this one. I think this one should do right now. Then time to boolean. I think this one I will use a different. Yeah. Again, this is what the difference between the normal and the edge. So if you want to adjust the thickness yourself, you can use the normal. But if you like, okay, this one is exactly what I want, you can use the edge. This one. And the rest is you just do the same with you did with the second one, that you need to connect these edges to match this one, right? And I would suggest you to match them with these hole. So do not do like this, because your hole will be distorted and this one will like don't look symmetry, right? So at least this one, right? And this one. And that's another reason I like trying to avoid using the merge when like you done, there's like a lot of things as well, because like if it's not like completely overlapping with each other and you use the merge vertically, it will be hard for you to control which one is the main one, then which one will get merged to each other. Maybe it's merged in the middle and your design will be destroyed and it will be break the symmetry and stuff. So if I use these like target wheel, I will drag everything to that instead. Actually, I don't need this one. I can just delete it. Forget. This one there. this one there. Again, this one, right? It doesn't have anyone to connect to them, but I still go to there. So let's take a look at it without. I still got the flat surface, right? Because like everything, this one, even the line is like, even the line a little bit like not that straight line, but still is on the flat surface. It didn't move it like in the order dimension. That's my, it doesn't like, when you look at it, it's still nothing. Okay, and then connect all of them together. Yeah, pretty easy, right? This week, easier than last week, but you need to understand the importance of fixing the topology first. Okay, I'm almost done. That I will start over again. Sure. There and there and there. That as well. Then you doing the boolean, and you can check by first 3, right? And you can see this one doesn't merge yet. This one support shouldn't merge it. If it's like this close, then you can use the, I think using the merge vertice won't do harm, but still like it's just more comfortable with using this one. Then you starting to doing the boolean, doing the bevel, not boolean, sorry. Okay, boolean. Oh. I think there might be some, yeah, that if you like, you cannot boolean like all your boolean like look kind of weird, like just like too small, like I did before. Like you can like kind of have assumptions that that mean like you didn't select the whole edge loop, or maybe there is like this one, example this. Okay, it's supposed to good right now. Yeah, this one is what's supposed to happen. We got this one. Fractions, segments of 2. Yes. And if you want to have like a, this one not like this curve, you can like this one in the middle. It will help. Depend on your design, right? This one is just like I playing around with it before I doing the whole thing again. Or actually, instead of select the loop, we can select this one instead too. result once we smooth it. Okay. If you're doing like a sci-fi panel, for example, this one is like will be your friend. Okay, so let's start over. Let's see. So the point is just so you can making this one you can doesn't have to have like this one. You can just it can be like a flat plane. But okay, so let's start over. So for those shape, let's keep this one for reference. The scale of this one can be any. You can just have this one. I'm completely okay with it. Doesn't matter. This one. But first, let's create those shapes. So I use 8-side cylinder again, and then this one I'll select the whole edge loop. This one, right? This one double click, right? And this one double click. So I get this one, and then I detach the component, shift and right click, and then drag your mouse down to detach a component, and then release your mouse. And after that, your object's supposed to like detach from each other, and then I drag it out like this to find the length that you want, and then select these two, and then you bridge them together. By bridging, you can go to this one and bridge, or you can like select this one and right click and bridge as well. So, and after you've got this one, right, next one is you, okay, I can use a cube. I want you to boolean 3 of these shapes and use the different mode operations with these. Like this one, like 3 of them, and this one on this object. So first thing, you can start with like if you want this one, you can duplicate them by hands, right? You can duplicate them by hand. You can use the duplicate special if you want to like make sure that everything is like having the similar like distance from each other. But the way that I did is like I add the subdivisions of these cube instead. So I use 6. So I kind of have this grid, right? And if this is like too small, I can use like 8 and 8. And okay, this one kind of like exactly what I want. This one can be a little bit smaller. Okay, just from the top. To make it easier for you. Okay. So my approach is like I create the grid on the object first, but if anyone like just want to use a multi-cut, that's completely fine, right? Because the multi-cut they already have like this. If you hover your mouse and then you hold control and shift, it's kind of like snap for you, so you can like have these line perfectly in the right ratio, but I don't have to creating this grid, but I did. So if you want to follow like the exact thing I did, but again you don't have to, but if you want to, the subdivision is width with 8 and depth with 8 as well. So this is how I got this one. And after I got it, I duplicate them 3 times. It can be this one, doesn't matter how far from each other. You can use this as well. You can do it like this. You can create it whether you like. You can create it like this too. Up to you, up to your design. I want, okay, maybe this one too as well. But if it's matched the grid, it's like easier for you. Just that. Okay. Okay, so maybe I use this one. It's prettier, I think. Okay. So after I got this one, okay, they have like a similar distance from each other. This is the design I want. Next is like before I doing the boolean operations, I will try to calculate of how I will connect the line with these like geometry once they got like boolean together. Then first thing I'll do is like, again, select this one, right? Use the multi-cut. I will create some line on the top here. This one, bottom. And some in the middle, like this. So that is like, if I need to move anything on this main cube to match this geometry, the area that we got pulled will be only this area, this highlighted area for this one, right? And for this one, what will change will be only in this area. This here. It's like I kind of like want to limit it, the area that it will get effect once I merge everything together. And then like there is like also limiting the area and also like creating the subdivision, so like they like got enough like edge for them to connect. Again, I create this one again. Oh no, I didn't create it. It's like it's there in the first place, but this one we don't need it. You can delete it. You can keep it. I will delete it. This one, because like this line is just there for a grid, right? Because we want to create a grid. If you like don't have any details here, you can delete it as well. I don't care about the rest. Can be like this. Can be like this as well. Or you can just leave it there. You can leave it like this. Do not confuse this one with the unused vertex. The one that I said unused is mean like, okay, if I have this one and when you delete any edges, you're supposed to control and delete it, because if you don't, you just delete. Let's check this one. There is a vertex, right? There is a lot of vertices here that is like doesn't connect with any other edges, and this one it will add up to your geometry. It instead of this one is like one side, it will be counted as 2 sides, and instead of this one is a quad, it will be n-gon instead. This one is what I meant by unused vertex, because like it's supposed to happen when you like delete the edge and forget to hold control with it. And the way you can like eliminate it is just like cover the whole area and then delete. Just press delete, and if it's like not necessary, it doesn't hold any edge to like trying to form the shape, then you delete it. Yeah. And okay, yeah, actually it's like right now it's I will just doing this again, and if anyone like doesn't have a problem with doing the homework, you can leave right now and you can start in the lab for now. But yeah, it's this one again. This one. So you can delete this one. And this one. So it's hard to tell like whether how many edge you need to add, but I would say that like trying to match the grid with your object here. And then boolean it. This one, this one, this one. I will do the different. Okay. So and then what I do next is I will just use the target belt and then drag it there. Select this first so that got this one's supposed to be. Maybe it's too close. This one's supposed to be like something around this one. W. Yeah, I think this one is better. Okay. So let's get this one and different. Okay. Since this one is pretty close, then okay. Oh, that one is too close. Okay. And if you're doing like for a game and you need OVR and AR stuff, and they need to like limit the topology, they won't allow you to create this much like line. In that case, there might be something like this. You don't have to do this though, just like for example, there may be something that look like this happen when they're like trying to limit your geometries and then like merge them together. But you don't have to do this. I just like, in case if like this they like don't allow you, or you like you creating a VR game and you tell your artist like, hey, we need to like budget with our like geometry, then like in that case the topology might look something like that we like dragging this one up and merging them together. So yeah, you can use a box, you can use a cube, you can use a plane, anything. So there's 3 of them. This one again, this one, J. Open the wireframe again, and this one. And this one is special, like press 3 so I can see, like select the object first and then press 3, select this object and press 3 as well, and this one is 3 as well, so I can see it. So this time it will be a little bit different, so I want you to submit like also like one that with wireframe and the one without wireframe. So it will be something like this, right? The first one can be something like this and something like this. Wait, that one, did I? Okay, I think we use this one because I already like had that slide. Okay, go. And to get confused, this one. Second screenshot would be something like this. So yeah, that's today homework. And okay, let me